bit off, is not working correctly or as they want it to be. But RNG is something that, you know, when you compare the games, actually, it is something that Obsidian wanted to make different, or wanted to improve. So you have a product that exists out on the market, and you create your own product, and you obviously try to, you know, make it similar in the first iteration, to have people, you know, being yeah, to basically know what to do, and being kind of used to it. But then again, you definitely want to have this distinct elements of the game that
Yeah, definitely.
you know, separate them from each other. Yep.
I'm not trying to like, I don't know, like people when I talk about game, like they always say that I'm trying to promote the game because the game feels so good, like in terms of RNG and then to control it on your tank and stuff, and because I like it so much in terms of that, they always think that I'm promoting it, so it's like really good.
Okay.
Like at least, especially good players, decent players, were waiting for this. Like RNG is I don't know. A lot of games are trying to make it like really noob friendly, if I can say that. So the
Yeah, casual friendly.
yeah, less RNG is like really good. Oh, there's a guy pushing me. Less RNG is really good. Like probably the biggest fear of good players is like not being able to control their game, or
Yeah.
the random factors. So I really like that about the game. It's definitely, it's got a lot better gameplay than the other game.
Yeah. Absolutely. The thing is, what you said is that you know, want to make the game easy also for beginners, or have, you know, a lot of games have the issue that maybe they're too difficult to play. Maybe the success factor is not as high because you have to play either very long to be successful, or to, you know, invest money in a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
So that's something that Obsidian definitely wants to make, where Obsidian wants to make a difference. It's, you know, the game entry is different. We have a tutorial, we have a PvE mode, so you can, you know, play alone.
It's really good. It got a lot
with
of
some other guys.
guides and tutorials. It's
Yeah.
really good in terms of that. Yeah.
But still, we're still you know, discussing improvements, and making the game more beginner friendly, and adding more guides, more tutorials, because, you know, there are some things that players that haven't played World of Tanks, for example, are, you know, inexperienced with, and they don't know how to do that or how to handle it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'll start.
Actually,
okay, continue.
yeah, sorry, no, I was just realizing that I'm shooting heat.
No. I'll just start reading the questions from the chat. Bagel says, how many players do you plan to have logged in each day in 1 year? Like, what's your expectations for the amount of players?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's hard to predict. So I would like to have, you know, like 1 million players, of course. But the thing is, it's hard to say how many. I don't really have an estimation. We are very satisfied with the numbers so far. We were overwhelmed by the participation in the early access, and a lot of players were really, you know, giving a lot of good feedback, and this continued until now. And we are happy with the release of the open beta. But from now on, in numbers, I'm sorry, I can't really, you know, give you a number or anything. That's something that I haven't, you know, put in much thinking so far. So maybe in half a year I could give you a more precise answer. Yeah.
Okay, another question. Do you have any plans to balance the maps, because some sides are have a bit more advantage towards the other?
So what we read a lot on the forums, and the question just underlines it kind of, is that we are definitely not there yet in terms of map design. So currently the maps are, you know, actually pretty good, and they're bigger than what people are used to. But also the thing is that we would like to you know, get the feedback, the user feedback, and give it to Obsidian, and that's what we already do. And Obsidian is definitely working on improvements of the maps, and I think the balancing of the map, this process is the most difficult one. So when you say the lower part or the south part of the map has an advantage compared to the north part, that's something that is continuously improved, and we are living with the feedback, and we are taking the feedback not only from the forums. We also have our own tools like heat maps, for example, where battles are really happening on the maps. And but yeah, from what we are experienced with in cooperation with Obsidian Entertainment, is that we still are able to always be able to forward our feedback and help Obsidian develop the game or develop the maps that players would appreciate, more balanced and more entertaining.
Okay, since we're talking about balancing factors here, there's another question about that. What about rebalancing tanks? Because at least from tier 6 and above, like I'm mainly talking about the XM1, the Abrams and tanks like that, they seem pretty imbalanced compared to the tanks from the other tier. Are there any plans to rebalance the tanks from in that way?
Generally speaking, rebalancing or balancing of tanks, as well as balancing of maps, or for example the progress in the game that has been balanced and will be now changed or improved with the next patch or one of the next patches, is an ongoing process. That's typical. That's not unique for Obsidian Entertainment or my.com. That's an ongoing process in any MMO, and of course those statistics will be revised. We take always, like I said, I'm just repeating myself.
Maybe I didn't ask the right question.
Sorry.
How long does it take? I mean, how long does Obsidian need to gather statistics to rebalance tanks in
Okay.
such a way?
So the time. Okay.
Time frame.
That's actually a good question. I'm not really 100% sure if I could answer it correctly. That's something that Obsidian could say or could share some insight on. It is surely a difficult topic or a difficult process. You have to look at a lot of statistics, get a lot of feedback, then of course play yourself and experience, because the feedback is almost always tied to the user. So also the skill of the user could be let's say influencing the gameplay and the tanks, of course, but a concise feedback, if a lot of players are actually saying the same and those players are experienced, then it gets validated. But on the time frame, I can't really say. I think I would rather suggest Obsidian to take more time to balance vehicles, because that's a lot of it does have a lot of impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regarding the balancing, like, what are the main factors for rebalancing tanks? Like, is it just by player feedback, or do you count like 10 statistics, like win rate of the global win rate of the tanks or stuff like that?
Yeah, we take basically all these things into account. So not only the feedback, because like I said, it could be very subjective.
Could be influenced by
Influenced by by many different factors. So what Obsidian is also doing is taking statistics into account and running their own tests, things like that. So it's kind of a mix of all these things that come together that then decide to change or to rebalance vehicles.
Okay. Another question: will Armor Warfare be mod friendly, as in managing to add mods such as XVM or stuff like that?
Yeah.
not necessarily mod friendly, because I saw a lot of stuff like the UE customization and the reticles and stuff are contain elements that in, let's say, the other game had based on mods.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
will there be allowed this? Will mods like XVM be
Yeah.
allowed in the game to be able to see the player stats in game?
Yeah, that's a question that we get a lot. So for the moment, it's like this. Obsidian clearly states that modification of the games shouldn't be possible. They're not providing the API to develop modifications. So what we do, or what we do together with Obsidian, is we collect the feedback on improvements of the UI, for example, or things that people would like to have in the game, which they would require a modification for in other games, and then those things will be added to the game as features. Like like you said, changing UI, scaling things. We've Obsidian entered the or put in the damage statistic, how much damage you incoming and outgoing, things
Yeah.
like that. That was all based on user feedback.
Okay.
So in regards to the XVM that we know from World of Tanks is that we all understand the need or the idea of comparing yourself with other players. Everyone likes that, everyone wants to be the best and everyone wants to
Yeah,
be
stats are
or
important in
yeah, stats are important, but the thing is we would like to provide these stats on a more global public level, like for example a web page or something like that. So because there's one reason behind it, and I'm glad that Obsidian thinks kind of the same, like me, for example. There's the thing is when you know that your opposite is a worse player than you, then you play differently. It kind of influences your game
Yeah, that's
and your play
the
style.
problem.
Yeah,
It,
and that's something that sorry.
it definitely influences the game, and not in a good way, I think.
Exactly. You play. So let's say you have this so-called tomato in front of you. You take a risk. You go out because he's a bad player, and you probably win. But it affects your gameplay, and that's something that also Obsidian doesn't really
And
want.
also, yeah, and also that like it's bad for good players. Like in World of Tanks, for example, you get massively focused by the enemy team
Oh yeah, true.
depending on your stats. So that doesn't make it fun at all for good players.
Yeah,
Or at
but
least,
it's a normal reaction. Take the best player out first, and then take care of the rest.
yeah,
I would
but
do that
it's.
anytime.
I'm just
But
saying
yeah,
that if
it's yeah,
XVM
I get
wouldn't be
this.
there, XVM wouldn't be there, and that wouldn't be possible. So that's why people are asking if stats are gonna be able to, if we're gonna be able to see stats like in the battle.
Yeah, yeah. I think in the battle, I wouldn't say never, but at this point, definitely not. In the game, yes, and also comparing yourself maybe in the garage, or on the website. That's something that we are currently working on. Yeah.
Okay. Another question. Will graphics improve over time? Seems like the CryEngine isn't fully utilized at this point.
Um, that's yeah. So the thing is, a lot of questions in those regards go into a direction of will the tank look dirty, or will it will be looking worn, or damaged or anything. The environment, it's always a matter of performance. So what Obsidian is trying to do is sorry, is to give a large amount of players, of course, the possibility to adjust the game client. We have SD and HD client. There's a lot of possibilities to change the settings in the game to make the
Yeah, yeah.
performance better. But also, we also understand the need of players with high-end machines to be able to take a real glimpse into the game and see how beautiful it is. And so this is as well an ongoing process, of course. And yeah, we are definitely also improving the game. Technically, I don't know if we are at the limit of the CryEngine 3. I don't think so, but uh, but yeah, the game development in terms of the look is definitely also on the plate. Sure.
Okay. Another question. When can we hope to see tier 10 tanks in the game?
Well,
Tell me if I'm like rolling the questions too fast. I can give you time to give you a breather or something.
no, I'm good. No, I'm ready for that. I mean, that's why I'm here, right?
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to go back and leave battle and just take the
Oh,
next
sure,
tank?
sure. Sorry, I didn't
Um,
notice.
so yeah, tier 10. Well, given that we already have tier 8s at the moment, so after 1 week, a bit more than 1 week, I think we still have quite a good amount of time to wait. I understand that a lot of people want to progress further, and since we already put them into the game, that you can preview them, kind of creates the need. How do you say that? The need, or people want to go there and want to have it, but
The
currently that
desire.
the desire exactly. So thank you for that.
Well,
So there's no plan currently on or no date on where we or when those tanks would be.
but they'll definitely be in the game since like we can see them in the tech
The
tree.
the plan is there, yes,
Oh,
to fill the tech trees up to tier 10. But at what point or when, what time, how long we have to wait, I don't know.
okay.
Something that I can't talk about.
Okay. Another question. When will we get camo nets? I think he's mentioned like when we'll be able to customize a tank as in paint and camouflage.
Okay, yeah, camouflage. So that's something that Obsidian is already working on, of course, because that's obvious because people know it from other games, and but the exact time again, at the moment I would be only able to share dates or time frames that are already published somewhere.
Okay.
So in regards to questions about when, I'm hardly able to answer, but in regards to questions if, yes, that's definitely something that has also been
Okay.
camouflage. At the moment, we only, so to say, have the decals, the little icons. We
Yeah.
have the battalion, the battalion icons or battalion decals. If there will be, if this question already came up or will come up, if there are plans to implement possibility to upload any decals, haven't heard of it yet. So that might be something for
Okay.
the future.
So we're gonna go with or at least are they gonna implement more decals than for the battalion than
I
they
think
already are?
that's easier. Yeah, definitely, that's easier to do. Whoa. On
Yeah, I
point.
guess own decals could get out of hand. I guess like and posting inappropriate decals.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want to see human human bits on things and on tanks. So yeah, but if there is there will be a possibility there will also be rules, of course.
Okay.
So I'm in an artillery now. I unlocked last night the M1019. Let me see. I actually like the to play artillery. Maybe maybe I
It's
lose
actually
some. Maybe people like me less now, but I really enjoy it. Mostly
I
because
think
it's different playstyle.
I don't think anybody like doesn't enjoy playing guard. It's just the fact that in this game it's not frustrating to play or to get
Yeah,
bullied by Artie.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And it's actually more fun. So it's like this cat and mouse game, that you play with the other arty. there's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
another arty in the other team, so you always have to, run around and after every shot, or you take a risk and just get away with it. But yeah,
No, it's you gotta move a lot with the RD.
yeah, exactly.
Unless uh, another important question: when will the authentication bug be fixed? Because some people can't play the game because of that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something that we're already working on. Of course, ever since it was reported for the first time. Hey, this guy is taking some shots at me. Um, but it's and I'm done. Nice team
Okay.
player of the other team. Um, so yeah, of course we are on it, but it's hard to say when this will be fixed, because there's the reason that the issue is there's no pattern. The issue occurs for just a couple of players. A lot of players, the majority basically has well, vast majority has no problem at all.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to figure out. So if anyone has experienced these problems, I would suggest to contact our support and provide them with a description of the problem, of course, and the DX and MS info, if you know how to do that. And yeah, this will definitely help us to improve the problem, to improve the situation and find a solution.
I think I saw somebody once in the chat that said he changed browsers when he had that problem and it worked. So maybe if it's something
Okay.
related to that, yeah.
Okay. There could be, yeah.
Another question: when will Obsidian implement Twitch support in game client to enable easy one-click streaming of Armor Warfare?
Um, I don't know if they are working on something like that, because in my opinion, or surely in theirs also, the game has a lot of other things to be implemented or improved.
Yeah,
I
more
think
important
that's,
things.
yeah, more important. It's all about importance or prioritization in this phase of the development, because we don't want to be in open beta forever, and so I think it's a really good point. We understand that a lot of streamers are interested in being conveniently supported with any tools that they need, especially from a game, and yeah. It's something that we could forward to Obsidian and have them looking at it as soon as their time allows.
Okay. Uh,
Which will be probably never, but you understand to find the right prioritization or the right
I don't know.
moment to
As a
work on it.
streamer, I don't think anybody will need that. It was just a question I read because,
Yeah, I mean
like,
that's completely fine. I mean, a lot of people are not using TeamSpeak as a communication
because,
tool.
if it would be something like that, it would probably be stuck to this game. Like, if I wanna stream, I can only stream this, and like when you be able to change games,
Yeah,
you won't be able to.
yeah, it's true. You have to close down the stream and
Yeah.
start it anew and things like that. Yeah. But I understand those kind of questions, because what I wanted to say was that some people are not using TeamSpeak as a communication device, so they ask for have that implemented into the game, and a lot of games did that.
Voice
So
chat.
yeah. So yeah, I get that question. Good question.
Um, Another question: will the upcoming Chinese tanks be incorporated in the existing dealers, or there will be a new tech tree or a new dealer? I guess.
Yeah, have a guess. So yeah, I think we already announced it that there will be additional dealers, and maybe for the Chinese tech trees, maybe there is going to be a Asian dealer. Never
Oh,
know.
that's nice. Come on, chat. More questions.
I received a couple of questions before. So there was one question: why is RT in the game?
Yeah.
That's actually a good one. So artillery is
I can, I
For
can, I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. I can probably like answer that too,
yeah, yeah, go ahead and
because
please.
in some games, like right now, at least in the phase where only the players that bought the Lord of War packs, like the packs to play game, like nobody was really grinding for Artie, and the games turned into like big camp fests because there was literally nobody there to dig out tanks that were pulled down or stuff like that. And it feels like Artie does actually promote dynamic gameplay here. I'm not trying to make anybody hate me now, but it does feel like Artie's promoting dynamic gameplay because some of these games actually do turn into camp fest if there is no Artie. Like a tank that has really good turret armor can just stay cool down and not care about much. So yeah. Now it's your turn to answer.
No, that answers it perfectly fine. I mean, um, artillery is part of the armored warfare and is part of battles and conflicts, and especially because the game is more dynamic. Also, the artillery in the game is more dynamic. Dynamic, sorry. So like you said, you have to, run around. You play cat and mouse with the other RT. You have to reposition. You also, I was playing the Abbott. That's the tier 3 premium RT
Yep.
that you get with the collector's edition, and the shots take awfully long. So I was, driving forward, driving to the front, and to just close down the gap. And yeah, it was more successful then. So yeah, the artillery is not only the view that you have on the game. It's not additionally. You are not doing a lot of damage. You're not one-shotting tanks.
Yeah,
you're
it
doing
does feel.
50, 100 points of damage on a tier 3 or 4. So you have to, like, I don't know, 8, 9 times you have to hit the enemy tank.
I don't
That's
think
also something.
it's so much about damage. I think it's more like really good support role here because you got those the smoke shells and illumination shells. So I think
True.
Cardi is
That's
more
also
of a
something.
support role here than actual damage dealing. And it's sort of gonna be interesting to see like if there's gonna be organized play,
Yeah.
as in maybe ESL and stuff like that. How Artie's gonna work there, I
Yeah,
guess.
like in Clan Wars or something.
Yeah, Clan Wars. Yeah. And maybe I went too far with this. Clan Wars or stuff like that. Be
Yeah.
interesting to see.
True. The illumination and the smoke grenades. That's a good. It's a good point. I don't know if people already know what is mean. So the illumination round just illuminates and a field, and you get spotting. You get the spotting damage. You get the spotting bonus, and as an arty, so you are able to actively spot enemy tanks. And smoke does the other way. Does the opposite. So you are putting smoke in an area to deny it, to
Yeah.
deny view range to the people, to the enemy, or protect your own.
Since we're like at the RD department now, are there like any plans of modifying the RD cap to two? Like, are they gonna allow more RDs per game, or is just strongly capped at two per game?
At the moment, it is kept. Maybe sometimes during the night at 3:22 a.m. There might be. Oh no, you would never find a match with an RT at this time. Okay, at the moment at least. So the thing is, it's also a balancing thing. So because if let's say two artists play in a platoon, they can and they have voice chat or voice communication, so
Yep.
they can really coordinate. So then arty becomes again a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why the limit has been set to two. Maybe it will be revised in the future or reviewed in the future, but at the moment it is too influential. If we have more artillery in the game, then it becomes too strong, and we don't want this to happen.
Since yeah, are there like plans to keep rebalancing the RD, or like does the feedback from the players say that RD is like too powerful, or Still collecting data and stuff like that.
Um, uh, yeah, data is definitely collected, but the feedback at the moment that I read at least was more like, well, you always have these two sides. People that say, okay, RD is OP, and the others that say RD is okay. But I think there are not too many players saying that RD is OP or in any kind of negative way or something. So I think artillery at the moment in armored warfare is quite alright. People are, getting used to it, especially inexperienced player learning it the hard way, and for that matter,
Yeah.
to move when they receive the notification that they are being aimed at. So I think overall it's kind of a learning curve, and whoever is saying now Artie sucks because he gets constantly hit, maybe pays a bit more attention to that icon and moves a little bit more, and in, I don't know, 2 or 3 tiers later, he will say, okay, Artie is alright.
I don't know. I can honestly say, like, in that department, like in World of Tanks, I've constantly been crying about Artie and stuff like that because it's just unfair to be one-shotted without
Yeah,
being
sure.
able to fight back and stuff. But here, I think you can honestly just fight, and like if you even don't want to move when Artie's shooting you, you can just tank an Artie at least a good couple of shells from Artie with no
Yes.
problem. Like Artie doesn't. In World of Tanks, like you're just afraid to peek and shoot because there's that high risk of getting one shot. At here, it doesn't matter. You can perfectly find tank arty shots,
Yeah.
and still be able to do what you want to do. It's not such a fear factor in armor warfare. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a fear factor when you're getting shot by a Zalo. Like right now. Hello, Sheridan.
Okay, a different question.
Yeah,
When
go ahead.
will we get to see clan wars in armor warfare? Or yeah, clan wars.
Um, okay, so Clan Wars and Armored Warfare on a larger scale will take definitely some time. But on a smaller scale, like that you can, play against other clans, that's something that will most likely start with the implementation of training rooms. You can, set up your own map or your own training room, your own battle, and then join it with a couple of other guys. What we're in the community team thinking about is, having our own clan wars organized by then, contacting clans that are interested in, and as soon as we have that room in the game, it's currently being developed. So I think soon enough we will be able to at least start with, smaller clan wars, and then in the future maybe doing tournaments, and also esports is a huge topic, and
Yeah.
definitely we would like to go into that direction. Sorry, I need to.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Voice is back. Hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely we would like to have have that in the future. I mean, why not?
Since you
MMO.
mentioned training rooms, is there any ETA when we get to see training rooms? Because like, I feel like we would like to for example, explore some tanks' weak spots and explore maps and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Any ETA when training rooms will be available?
It's hard to say. I know that it's being developed. We need definitely a lot of testing that it works all right. Maybe this year, but I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. I would love to have it this year, definitely, because that's a very important part for me from a community perspective, because it adds a huge spectrum of things that you can do with the community, and the community can do within themselves. Organize themselves and having nice shots, having battles. But yeah, as soon as we hear about it and are allowed to talk about it, we're gonna do that, and you're gonna find
Okay.
all the information on our website,
Okay.
aw.my.com. Okay.
I'm just waiting for more questions. I think I skipped a lot
Yeah,
of
I
them, but
can I can read something from
yeah, sure.
um. Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead,
ahead,
go ahead.
please.
No, no.
No, no. I
Like, I'm just trying to tell the
concentrate.
chat, you can't ask. I gotta he needs to answer the questions first, so I'm like skipping questions, so he has time to answer all of them. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure I
sure.
missed a lot of questions, so that's what I'm.
Just repeat them.
Yeah, repeat them and be patient so you can go through them.
Repeat your question 10 times and win a bonus code. By the way,
Yeah,
I
just.
brought some. I brought
Oh,
some bonus codes.
oh,
Codes
nice, nice,
for
nice.
premium time, so we could do like a raffle or something.
Yeah, we can sure do a giveaway. Some people actually asked about that. Wasn't sure if I should ask or not.
No, no, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not coming empty-handed. Oh, we won this. Nice. That was
Yeah.
easy. Ah.
Okay, let me look for another question. Will the physics engine receive updates in the future? Because right now it seems like wheeled vehicles act really strange around bumps and rocks.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, physics surely is always something that you could look at. The thing is, currently, to be honest, I don't know how a wheeled vehicle acts when it runs over a stone. So that's developer thing, you know, or game designer. Game designer need to look at that and tell the developer how to develop it and then how to make it, you know, feel real and realistic.
Mm.
Um, a wheeled, oh god, that's something hard for a German. A wheeled vehicle? That
Wheeled.
sounds ridiculous. um, okay. Weird. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Don't have to repeat it. So
Yeah,
these
yeah.
kind of vehicles um, are behaving strangely. Yeah, when you drive a tracked vehicle first and then change into this other vehicle, it is kind of a strange behavior. And if you run about over a stone or something, of course it feels strange. I'm not sure if it feels real, but a lot of people, or if that's what it's supposed to be real, but if you know a lot of people give us that feedback and have that experience, we definitely forward it to Obsidian to review it. Sure.
Yeah, that's I think like wheeled vehicles sort of have the tendency to spin around more, I think. At least that's what
Yeah,
I
to
noticed.
bump or jump or yeah.
Yeah. Another question. Are you going to work on the progression? It's way too long right now. I think he means like
Yes.
the
So
grinding.
yeah, that's something a good point to be brought up because I could then highlight the our website. So we recently updated our website with an article, published an article in that's regarding exactly this thing.
Yeah.
We are going to improve the progression, make it to make people move through the tiers faster.
Yeah,
Be-
because
because at the moment it's quite tedious in
at
some
at
trees.
lower tiers it doesn't feel like a grind because you can unlock several tanks just by playing one.
Yeah,
But at least like for example, I grinding to tier 7 and from tier 7 to tier 8 I need 540k XP and that's I don't know, that seems a lot.
yeah,
So I think yeah, if there's gonna be improvements in that department, then it's great. I'm just saying
yeah.
there's at
Definitely.
lower
We
tiers, yeah, at lower tiers it's not a grind. It's actually really enjoyable.
yeah, we don't want to feel to have people feeling like it's a grind or it's you know it's not fun to progress through the trees. But we also don't want people to you know be bored because they run through all the tiers in no time. So it's kind of an important thing that you know to find that balance and develop the game on the go, and that's why we are going to improve it. But there's
Yeah,
always the opportunity, the possibility to have a premium tank and drive that one and convert to free experience at a much better rate than World of Tanks, for example.
yeah, yeah.
Converting
Since we're
XP is pretty cheap at the moment.
yeah, it is. But like so are the rates are different. I think I'm not sure if the rates are the same. So regarding the progression thing, are there any plans of like facilitating unlocking retrofits for tank easier? Because right now to get retrofits, you need to play almost all tank classes, I guess, and for the higher
Yeah.
tier ones, you need to play the high tier vehicles. Are there any plans in that department?
So the idea was obviously to, have people not burning through content and then fitting the best retrofits on their tanks to not be able to, destroy the gameplay experience by min-maxing and finding the exact retrofit for your tank and then getting it as fast as possible. So the thing is that also those kind of things, this idea was a gameplay decision, and it makes sense definitely
Yep.
from a gameplay perspective. But then again, if a lot of people experiencing that or saying that, this is something they would like to see changed, it's going to be reviewed by Obsidian. I mean, Obsidian is a company that does a lot in for the players. They listen to a lot of feedback. They participate in conversations on the forum, and it's really amazing. It's for me, it's the first time that a company is really that open.
Yeah,
Um,
it definitely feels like they're really trying to listen to the player base.
Absolutely, yeah, and they give a lot of feedback back on whatever made it into the game and has been requested by the community. So everyone who's playing the game and who's following the development progress can see that there's absolutely a lot of things that you can influence as a player of Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Um, a different question.
Yes.
Are there going to be like in World of Tanks there are marks of excellence on your tanks like
Oh yeah.
based on average damage and stuff, like you get those stripes on the gun barrel.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be something similar in Armor Warfare?
That again is something regarding to comparing yourself with other players to show off also and things like that. And we definitely understand there's a need for it. It's not really top priority, and I can't say that it's on the table at Obsidian, but it's something that we could easily forward and maybe it's easy to implement. I don't know. Could
Yeah.
be. The Marks of Excellence has been a historical thing, so it made sense to implement that into World of Tanks. However, I think nowadays tank commanders do similar things, but maybe not with rings. Maybe with I don't know, bunnies or hearts, whatever. But yeah. Um, but yeah, like I said, if the community is requesting this kind of feedback, sorry, I was destroyed and distracted.
That's
Um,
okay.
if the community is wanting such things, we could forward it to them and then hear Obsidian's feedback. Sure.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
too unconcentrated while talking and playing Artie, so I have to play something else because I get really blown up a lot because I don't pay attention
okay,
while
a
talking.
different question. Will there be any Turkish tank? As far as I know, Turkish military is developing their own tanks. So any
Um,
Turkish tanks in the game coming or any plans?
then about Turkish tanks, I have no idea if there are plans. The thing is, what people can just think about is that there are so many tanks that are being developed all across the world, and we are talking about modern tanks. So the game basically opens a variety of possibilities to have tanks implemented. So we're not limited to a certain historic time frame. We could, if the game runs in 2020, we could still take the modern tanks that shoot lasers or whatever. However, on the topic of Turkish tanks, I don't know, no idea if that's something that's being developed. But We are doing Q&As with the developers, Q&As that we also, where we take questions from the community and send them to Obsidian and they answer it, and I maybe also put it in a video now. So maybe one of the next questions could be what tanks or which nations are you going to implement tanks?
Yeah, that would be a good question.
Yeah. Sure. The thing is, we're not limited to nationalities. We're just limited to whatever there is out there.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool thing, definitely.
Regarding the game, is the game does the game tend to be like more of a realistic simulator, or does it tend to be a bit more arcade-ish?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and we had this in the past already, and I'm not 100% sure if Obsidian already answered that, but I'm kind of the opinion that they're thinking about, implementing a mod or a mode, a game mode, to have it more realistic, but that's also something for the far future, let's say. The thing is that like we talked about in the beginning, to make this game user-friendly or beginner-friendly, and also casual-friendly for people who just want, 1, 2, 3 battles after work and then win 2 out of 3, let's say. I think it's more like, staying in the way of being arcade, and maybe entering or implementing a mode that you a more realistic mode in the future, but that's I think it's been discussed internally, but without any yeah, result or anything that we could talk about.
Okay. Oh, this is a really common one.
So let's
Is yeah?
sorry, go ahead. I'm just choosing.
No, this is a really common question. Is skilled matchmaking planned?
So not for okay. So the matchmaking currently, as it is, most of the people probably know, it is better than our competitors. It takes much more details or much more information into account, which is, for example, the upgrade state of the tank. If it's a stock tank or fully upgraded,
Yeah.
it takes platoons into account. RT, we talked about that. So we have a lot of, I think it's 6 or 7 different levels of what the matchmaker takes into account, and also one part of it is how many battles that the player has on this tank. So that's something that definitely needs to be further developed and further improved, but it kind of shows the direction of where it's going, because the more battles you have on a tank, the more experience, well, I would say so, the more experienced you are with this tank, and that could also mean the more experienced you are, the better you are. So we could maybe take this as some kind of a skill-based matchmaking, which will, although never play the solely role. So this level of matchmaking will always be part of the bigger picture.
Okay. Regarding the matchmaker, I think I read on the web page and the mechanics and stuff. I don't know if it's implemented yet. Like when a player wins too many games in a row, the matchmaker will put him in teams, in worse teams, depending on the quality of the player. Is that something that's implemented, or I don't know if I expressed myself well enough.
Yeah, I get. I think I get it, but I must say that I don't know. I haven't heard of this yet, so it's possible that I may have overlooked something. But it sounds kind of not sure. I will need to look it up, and maybe for the next session, I'm bringing the answer to that question.
Like I read that, for example, the matchmaker will try to balance players a bit on the quality of the players, and for example, if we got a tier 6 tank, let's say we got a tier 6 tank, and we got there's a really good player in it, and we got a tank that's one tier higher. For example, the matchmaker will try to balance, will count more important and the tier of the tank than the player's skill. Is that like something in the game, or are they thinking about it? Because I read something like that on the web
Okay.
page.
It well, if it was on a page, then it's most likely already in the game, or is at least in a testing phase. So then it's already been developed and tested. But yeah, let me get back to you on this in maybe one of the next sessions, and then give you feedback on that, because I'm not 100% sure to
Okay.
answer this question. Good. Missed Fox.
Oh, they got a lot of people on the bridge.
I should have gone bridge.
Let's try. I think we can shoot him from the hill though. Okay, another thing. I'm not sure if I'm 100% correct. There's a slight delay when you click your mouse at the shoot and until the shell actually leaves the gun barrel.
Yeah.
Are there any plans to fix that, or is it considered as realistic? So
Depends on the length that you know this interruption is, because it is realistic that if you know click the button, that it takes some time. I mean, a little amount of time to for the reaction.
I'm asking because it makes shooting, like for example, you're in an MBT and a light tank is circling you, spinning around you. It makes shooting from close range really hard because of that delay, and also sniping, I guess.
Yeah, but then again, we get this feedback quite a lot, so that's something we could easily forward to Obsidian and have them either review it, or maybe there's a reason for it. But normally it is realistic to have a slight delay. But yeah, I understand that that it might be in close combat too annoying, or turns out to be too unprecise.
Not necessarily annoying, but it feels like
like a flaw.
Yeah, like you got a very accurate tank, and all of a sudden you shoot, but the shell just leaves the gun barrel too slowly, so you actually get to miss or shell a shot that would have been normally really easy to do. Can take some time. Like, I know that the voice, the throat can hurt sometimes from speaking too much.
Sorry, I needed
You can take a breather. It's no problem. Just talk about whatever you want, and when you're ready, just I don't know.
Yeah, just go ahead. I was just concentrating on not being blown.
Yeah, that's why I asked if you'd like to platoon, or I should just ask you questions. But I think it's, I don't know.
I think it's more entertaining if we play, you know, instead of holding just a.
I know it's hard to find a balance when you're playing to like
yeah,
speak at the same time.
Especially when you're not used to talk and play all the time.
Yeah.
But I do this for quite some time now, so I should get used to it eventually. Kazunga!
Another question, it's sort of similar to the... It's about graphics. Are there plans, I think, to improve the graphics of the game, because it's too graphic hungry? I think he means if there's plans either to improve the performance or to somehow maybe lower the requirements. I don't know if that's possible.
Okay, so at the moment we already are, you know, providing an SD client, you know, which is not using as much space on the hard disk, and is also better for computers of with a lower spec. Um, but apart from that, our Obsidian is also optimizing definitely the performance. We are optimizing the size of the client. But generally speaking, what?
I'll go flank if you wait a bit.
Yeah, I keep him busy. But generally speaking, yes, that's something that we definitely work on together with Obsidian. Why?
Have to go.
Void. I'm gonna help you with that one.
We're actually being like affected by one of the stuff I actually asked if tanks like XM1 are gonna be rebalanced, because it's like really hard to do damage to a tank like that.
Huh? Just did almost 500.
No,
But
I mean
yeah,
like in
front-
terms of weak spot, it's got weak spot that are really small compared to other tanks.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to rocket.
Yeah, it was actually doing the same. Let's roast him.
Oh, I missed it.
I tracked him. Jesus!
Oh my god.
What was that?
I shot the rock. I
Yeah,
gotta...
let's wait for the Terminator. Okay. Now he's distracted. Now we can push. And he's gone.
Okay, another question. Will there be more options to change colors on site in a player emblem? I'm colorblind and struggling. As in more
What was the
options
first
for
part?
will there be more options to change colors on site in a player emblem for the colorblind?
Oh, okay. So, hmm, not able to sure. Not able. Not sure if I could answer this. But I'm gonna put that down because we already have good colorblind mode. So.
Yep.
Um. It was quite a good round, actually.
Mm-hmm. I like the fact that you get the double on credits too here, not just XP. Like
Yeah.
just by doing the doubles and your premium tanks, at least you get a lot of credits.
Yeah, 360k. Oh my god! But the MBT-70 is really fun.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good premium tank. It's really good tank in general, and just actually could lead to another question like. To what extent are like premium tanks? I read that premium tanks are supposed to be slightly worse than normal counterparts. To what extent to what extent are they worse? Like, is the major it is the major thing? Like, are they much worse than their counterparts, or it's a slight difference in the performance?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Um, it says on the web page that premium
Yeah.
tanks are usually worse, or are generally worse than the normal tanks.
Slightly worse, yeah.
Yeah.
On the of the same tier, yeah.
How high is that like difference in performance compared to normal tanks?
Like in a number,
Like,
like
are
10%
are
less,
they
or?
like a lot worse than normal tanks, or
No. They're not worse than normal tanks. The thing is, it's always also a matter of who is playing the tank, definitely. But so far, the premium tanks are quite good. They're competitive for the tier, and they just earn you by far more experience and well, reputation is our experience. So they earn
Yeah.
you by far more reputation and credits.
Yeah, I was just asking because like it doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
feel like they're worse than normal tanks at all. They're really
No,
good.
no, they're supposed to
Really.
be slightly worse than a fully upgraded normal tank.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of yeah, it's. I mean, a good player will always be better in a stock tank than a bad player of the same tank fully equipped. It's hard to say. So the premium tanks are slightly worse in terms of performance, penetration, speed, things like that. But in the right hands, they are just as fun as a normal tank with a better outcome.
Okay. A different question. Why in PvE and PvP there is such a big difference in FPS? He says,
In what? In what?
in
Sorry.
why are there such big differences in FPS comparing PvE and PvP modes?
Okay. Uh,
Like
like.
he's basically saying that on PvP he's getting worse FPS than in PvE mode.
Oh, okay. Um, I think some of the PvE maps, or that are usually parts of bigger maps, are not yet optimized completely. I think there are also yeah, I have some FPS problems on certain PvE maps, but the worst of them have been fixed, like where you were driving around a corner or something like that, and then you only had like 3, 4, or 5 FPS or something. So yeah, they're constantly being optimized, and there is no real reason, I think. Um, but yeah, that's definitely also feedback that we already forwarded to Obsidian, and they're working on the performance, and also had made great achievements in improving the performance of maps, of
Yeah,
PvE
like
maps.
if you got a, I don't know, it feels like I'm just gonna say compared to the other game. Compared to the other game, this game runs a lot smoother, especially for people with better PCs. Like it runs really good.
Um,
I just wanted
yeah,
to add that.
yeah, sure. The thing is, I think it's also a matter of engine. I mean, World of Tanks engine is the big world engine is it's limited.
Yeah.
At some point you come to a limit, and that's different with the Cry engine. You get a lot more out of it. Of course, it causes more performance, needs more performance for better PCs, but also
Yeah,
it
I'm just
could lead to performance problems. Yeah.
just saying it's frustrating for people that tend to invest a lot of money in their PCs
Of course,
that
yeah.
they can't get the most out of it. No.
Yeah, sure. But like I said, it's a constant development process. There isn't. Okay, I spotted some tanks.
Um, I'm gonna ask something that I've been directly confronting with. Like when a tank is near an obstacle or a building,
Yeah,
even if the tank is outside, like a tank is halfway outside next to a building. Sometimes you don't see the outline of the tank, and if you shoot, the shell just stops into an invisible wall.
yeah,
And like on this map, for example, there's a lot of objects in the refinery, and yeah,
yeah.
objects
Blocking visible.
where the that's blocking the line of fire. Are there any plans to fix that?
Yeah, sure. So also in the last iteration of our patch, they have already been fixing a lot of problems. The biggest challenge is that there are so many objects in the map at the moment that it's very difficult to keep track with all these necessary fixes. So yeah, I'm getting quite a beating here.
Mhm.
So yeah, to make it short, definitely this is something Obsidian is working on. It always, depends on the reports because of the size of the maps and the amount of objects in every map. It's very hard to just check everything. So yeah, it's an ongoing process, and it needs a lot of help from players, of course, and that's something that Obsidian is very grateful for.
Okay.
Okay, I'm dying now. Bye bye. Maybe not. Um, yeah, but I experienced it myself. So sometimes you have like a truck or something, and it's completely destroyed, and you want to shoot right through it
Yeah, yeah.
because you can easily hide behind it, or a bus, but the shot doesn't go through. Or I mean, there's also things like like fences or walls when you shoot at it with the heat ammo. It's not supposed to go through, So it's also a mixture um, of realism and just bugs.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard to determine which is real and which is a bug. But definitely something Obsidian is working on.
That's great. Man. I'm kind of alone here. Yeah, I'm gonna die soon.
I already did die.
I don't think I can even like fall back.
So how do you like the Terminator?
Oh, honestly, I feel like sometimes it's a bit OP. Especially if you catch somebody in open field, you can just spam the rockets.
Yeah, sure.
Like what I'm doing now.
Yep.
And they don't have any chance to fight back.
It's also
I feel
very well
it.
armored.
Yeah, I feel it has way too many good attributes, like armor, mobility, and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like it though. I like that. I don't know. These rocket launcher tanks can be frustrating at times, but they're. I don't know. It's a good addition. I like that. It's a good addition. Like for example, you're in a tank that can like shoot rockets too, and you're low HP and you can't really do much. You can just go behind cover and still support the team. That I like that.
Yeah, it adds adds a diversity.
Yeah.
You need to adjust to, yeah, absolutely. And also the reactive armor and all these things that, all this realism that has been put into the game is really making it different.
I got another question, but it's a bit long. I'll try to.
It's what? Sorry.
I got another question, but it's sort of longer. I'll try
Okay.
to say it rarely. Are projectile or rockets physical objects or material points? Do we actually change elevation angle of a gun, or we just choosing end point with our crosshair? I think there's more. Let's just stick to the first. Are projectile or rockets physical objects or material points?
They're physical objects.
Okay. Second one then. Do we
But
actually?
yeah, the second part is very theoretical and very confusing for someone like me.
Do we actually change elevation angle of a gun, or we just choose endpoint with our crosshair? Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds a bit philosophical.
I can't really understand the question too much, too good either.
Um, Are we alone in the world, in the universe? Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know.
It sounds a bit like that. And I would like to understand the question, but it sounded confusing and too technical for me. Um, the thing is, maybe that answers the question. You are able to, guide rockets, for example. So you're not just point and aim and shoot. When you use a rocket launcher, you are able to shoot the rocket and then point it to an enemy and then guide it to certain weak spots.
Mm.
I don't know if that answers the question, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a bit weird. Sorry for that. Didn't really read it too well. Uh, what does the penalty reduction refer to in the retrofit section? What does the penalty reduction stand for?
I think that's the movement penalty you get
Movement
when you're
penalty.
aiming. Isn't it for the? Let me double check. Isn't it when you get it? It's in the fire power department. I use the
No,
I use
it's
the
in
German client
technology. Technology.
technology. Okay.
Penalty reduction.
It
Never mind. Reduces component penalties.
Yeah, yeah. But just wanted to say that. Yeah, but I
Is that
needed to translate it because I'm using the German client. Because I'm still checking on the German localization. Because the game localization in other languages is here and there still a bit buggy. So if German viewers or French, Polish are on your stream,
Yep.
um, a little bit more patience. We are working on the improvement of the clients, and also we're working on the voiceover for the crew.
Okay.
It's something that is definitely also coming in the near,
Uh,
far, somewhere future.
is it gonna be like national voices based on
Yeah.
the tank? Okay. Okay.
Oh,
That's
no,
nice.
no. The crew commands will be in the language of your
Ah,
game.
the okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, different question. The damage panel is awesome, really great. Will there be an option to add names to the damage, like to see who did this amount of damage to you? I was just shot by someone in my own team, but I don't know exactly, so I could report him. And also, will there be an option to punish players that do team damage? There's already a report system, but I think
Yeah, the
these.
the report system is already implemented. Of course, I understand when someone is shooting at you and you don't see their name, it doesn't help really. If someone kills or destroys a team member of their own team, they will get purple. The name will be purple. Doesn't mean he's a unicum. It just means that he's a not very
Yeah.
fair player. Um, but regarding the names, okay, in this situation, I see the value. Maybe is something we could forward, yeah.
Yeah, like in
Because in other situations, I don't really see the value to see the name. I mean, you have the tank that shot at you, so I
yeah.
think that's usually enough.
Also regarding this with the name stuff,
Yeah.
any ETA when the detailed after battle stats will be implemented, as in we can check what every player did after the game and ourselves, like in terms of damage, spotting, and all that stuff, like
Yeah,
more
that's
detailed.
still yeah, no ETA yet. That's still in progress. Still been working on,
Okay.
but will
Uh,
be implemented. Yeah, because the it's already there. I mean, the notification that it's coming. I'm quite offensive. I need to drive back.
different questions in terms of buying premium stuff in the game. Will there always be like packages of tanks and gold and stuff, or will there be separate like tanks and
Only tanks and gold.
no, I mean, will they be separate? Like, will we be able to buy just gold and just tanks, or will they always
Okay.
be in the packs?
Okay, yeah, that's something that the production team needs to decide on. There are still talking about it, and the ultimate decision hasn't been, taken yet. Especially for specials and things on the run, we focused on first on the founders packs, of course. Now on the collector's editions, which are a pretty good deal. And the thing is, selling only tanks is something that Wargaming never really did in the past. They always combined it with
Yeah.
fuck. Sorry for the bad word. They always
It's
combined
fine.
it with gold.
Feel free to use any.
Yeah, that was just that. Sometimes it really gets emotional, or I really become emotional. No, but that's it. It's not getting worse. So I don't usually swear or shout.
Why you have to be mad? It's only a game.
If I'm mad, I'm just turning the game off and
Huh?
something else. But to the question, it's not yet decided, and but I definitely will forward the feedback.
Are they gonna be translations, like in-game translations for smaller countries, like not necessarily for Germany and bigger countries like that? Are they gonna be translations for smaller countries, like?
Yeah, I get the question. So the thing is, usually when as a game developer, when you offer different languages, you usually offer in a game, let's say, usually you have to offer also the language website, the forum, payment methods. It's not just like, okay, let's change the language of the game. It is a lot of more involved in development for the whole product, because you want to do it right. And in those regards, it's also that's something that everyone can imagine. It's also tied to money, to revenue, and if there's a large community that would like to play the game but doesn't have it in their own language, that's other games do that have like community projects and have the community translating the game and improving it, but that's something we can't project. So smaller languages, I wouldn't really expect it, because like I said in the beginning, it's more involved in that.
Okay.
Support needs to be in that language too, and things like that. Because if you want to do it, you want to do it right. And I think the community has the right to expect that, but it's also tied to. I said revenue that's bullshit. It's tied to the player base, to the size of the players, to the size of the player group or language group for that matter.
Okay. A different question that mostly I think affects players that usually have bad ping.
Yeah.
Will there be a server crosshair implemented?
Good question. Not sure if that's on the table, but I'm gonna bring that up, because that's a pretty good question, especially because we have at the moment one an A server and then one server in the EU.
Yeah.
And we know that a lot of players from Asia and Australia are playing on the NA server with a rather bad ping. So yeah, server crosshair. Good point. I have no idea how that is, developed, but I think Obsidian is definitely able to answer that in a better way, better fashion than me.
Like, should I keep asking questions? Like, is this tank gonna be in game, or is that nation gonna be in game? I don't know.
The thing is, I can't really tell about say anything about which tank or which nation is going
Yeah,
to be in the
because
game.
there's a lot of people asking, like, is this
I
tank
know.
gonna be implemented? And I'm not sure if I should keep asking because it's, Yeah, it's
The
too
thing is,
early.
generally speaking, we can say, we are looking at the current tanks in the world. We are looking also, and that is very important, at the documentation that we can access, because a lot of ultra modern tanks have, they're under. It's basically a military secret, so we can't really go to the military and say, dude, we want to put that into our game.
Yeah.
Can you give us all the blueprints and all the data? Um,
Yeah, so it depends on how open the
exactly. It
yeah they will
depends on
be.
how open the documentation is and the blueprints and if we can use them and all this, because we want to, make it as realistic as possible, and
Mm.
that requires a lot of research.
Mm. Uh, like if you're tired or can't answer questions anymore, it's about how much you wanna ask questions.
Sure.
So
I
if
mean,
just when you wanna stop, just
I'll let you know.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that, and then um, postponing all other questions to the next session, I'd say.
Okay, and you said you want to do like a code giveaway. Should we do it at the end or should we do it now?
Whenever you like. So I brought a
No,
couple code.
whenever is best for you, so I don't like mess up with your time frame. It's fine
No,
for
no,
me because I'm
it's really cool. So I'm free to do it right now. Let's do it right now. Let's do the
okay.
giveaway right now. And I brought some bonus codes for 3 days of premium. So if anyone, just wants to check out the game and or is currently checking out the game and doesn't know what premium does, here's the chance to win a code for that.
Okay. Should I like put conditions like they need to be followers or just
No, no,
is it
just
up to me or
yeah, yeah, it's up to you. It's completely open to you. No.
okay? So we're gonna do giveaway. In order to win, you need to be a follower. So we're gonna start with a bonus code or yeah for 3 days of premium, right?
Yes.
Uh, 1 second. Okay, so I'm the Twitch giveaway thing I got now is like based on either an active chat or based on a keyword. So I'm just gonna put a keyword, and the keyword is
Okay.
gonna be premium. Okay, and I'm gonna let everybody like type. I should make like just 1 second. I'm gonna make like I'm gonna let them see the screen. Okay, boys. So the keyword is premium. If you wanna win premium days, type premium in the chat, and after a little while, I'm gonna roll. Like how should I? Oh, okay. You.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. It's all
all of
right.
these are for.
They're all for you. Yes.
Okay, they're all for premium days, right?
Yes. It's 3 days
Okay.
premium.
In that case, I should like just select active active chatters because it's gonna take too long to.
No, no, not all. You can do them whenever you like. You
Ah,
shouldn't
okay, okay, okay,
shouldn't
okay,
put them on the stream though.
okay.
You showed them on the stream, you know that?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna give them all now. My bad. My bad.
No, no,
Uh, let me disable. Move the thing in the
it's
center screen.
okay. The thing is, people should right away,
No, I'm gonna
create
give
the
them all
account.
now. It doesn't matter. So, okay, let's. I'm not gonna show the screen anymore. My bad. I'm just gonna give them all now, so don't be any problems. I'm gonna roll for the first one. So, Arius 74, the first winner of one one code for 3 premium days. I'm just gonna send them down. There you go, so you avoid problems. My bad. There you go. Can't send message. Oh. Okay, from now on I'm just gonna select a random chatter from the chat, like Twitch giveaways is gonna select. So the more active, I mean, if you've been active in the chat, yeah, I'm just gonna select from there. So go ahead and everybody and type whatever you want in the chat, so that the list will type whatever you want in the chat, so that Twitch giveaways will
The code
register you.
is for both accounts. For
For
both EU and NA, sorry.
Okay, for both EU and NA.
Yeah.
And make sure you use the codes fast, because I made a boo-boo, and yeah. Make sure you use the codes fast. I'm just gonna select random users. Okay, roll.
That was fun.
Okay, the next winner is Xavros. Xavros. That's not the first time I do that, so yeah. You just get distracted, I forgot about it. Okay, Xavros is the next winner. I'm just gonna give them away now, so because I
really
messed up.
liked I really liked how Mabimi said underwhelmed in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, I got no choice now. I gotta give them all away, cause yeah. Okay, so let's roll again. Roll again. Next winner is Lethal Bacon TV. Lethal Bacon TV. I'm just gonna like roll them, fast roll them. So I'm sorry, guys, I messed up. So yeah, but it's still a giveaway. Make sure you use the codes fast, cause yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna. You guys keep writing in the chat, you know, so that the Twitch giveaways will recognize you. Keep writing in the chat, and you got a chance of winning. Okay, let's roll again. Neo the Row 12, not a follower. Sorry, I'm gonna reroll.
Okay, that was a question. How long will the collector's edition be available? That's currently not yet decided, so it is going to be there for some time, but for how long? Don't know. Better get it now.
Okay. Next winner is AVP Marine. What? AVP Marine. I'm just like really fast, giving the codes fast because I messed up. I'm sorry. Okay. The next winner is Samboski. Feel free to, like, if you can understand anything from the spam, to like read other questions or read from the questions Mabimi gave you. I don't know, in case you're bored, or until I finish with the giveaway.
It's entertaining.
Okay, King Beaky, not a follower. I'm sorry. Roll again. The weapon 78. Remember, guys, if you want to win, you gotta be a follower. And
Okay,
these are all bonus codes for 3 days of premium.
Exactly. 3 days of premium. So there's a question. StatPetter asked, what are your plans for report mechanism? So the plan is that we, have most of our players being confident and able to use the report mechanic, so that they, really know what to do and what to report at what time and so on. We also would like to make sure that these reports are, getting directly to our support, and that they could deal with those reports in a short amount of time. So the report feature is a great tool for us to basically keep the toxicity out of the game, and to have players enjoying the game and not, being molested or harassed by others. So I would like to encourage everyone to use the report feature whenever they, come across people who like to swear. Always kind of, as a general rule, always think about how offensive something could be. So it could also be that someone is, saying something that doesn't offend you but could offend others. And if you realize that someone is really being offended, then maybe it helps to tell him about that feature or show him.
Okay. I just want to add. Remember, people keep writing in chat. I still got
Success.
I still got like the prizes code for 3 days of premium. Keep writing in the chat so that Nightbot will recognize you. You make sure you're a follower for the stream, and make sure you use the codes right now because I made a boo-boo and I showed them on the screen, at least some of them. So make sure that at least like the first 10 people that got the codes, make sure you use them fast because I made a boo-boo and I showed them on stream. Okay.
So I think you had a subscriber alert.
Yeah, thank you for the resub, Tilly. Welcome back to the caravan.
Nice.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep rolling them. Feel free to, as I said, do whatever.
Are there any questions that we didn't have yet? So,
I can, for example, read from the.
yeah,
some of
I'm
these
just
questions.
checking the.
Okay.
Yeah, just checking the questions that I received earlier, but I think we covered everything. Denmark's. So, how far are we with the with the codes? I mean, that it's been 20, I think.
I think just a few left.
Okay, cool.
It's fine in me because I would give them away like all at once anyway because like for example I don't like to write giveaways and the title and stuff. I'll just give it to the people that come here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would have given them anyway, so yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. Noodles. They're an anti-cheat system. So yeah, that's a really good question, and that's something that we are very concerned about. So currently we're looking into all the options that are out there, all the pages that provide cheats or anything. We review them, and actually most of those pages are rather malicious in terms of getting your account information and compromising your account security. And apart from that, what Obsidian does is closely monitoring any development of tools or anything that could be considered a cheat, and they're definitely concerned about that and taking countermeasures. Of course, that's not something that we could publicly talk about. However, rest assured that there's definitely a lot of going on in the background in terms of protecting the game from, malicious people.
Regarding that question, isn't the game like all the calculations are they done like server side, like
Exactly.
in the other game?
Exactly.
Because that would
Yeah, exactly. So all the relevant calculations are done on the server. So even like gold or anything that's not stored on your hard drive, if a tool or a website tells you, okay, you can cheat gold, just download this file or something or this program. It doesn't work. It just changes the gold display in your client. It compromises your account. The account details are gone, like the password and the email address. But in the game, it doesn't really change because all the relevant data is stored on the server, of course.
Okay, I got good news. I'm done with the codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Codes were already activated.
What?
Codes were already gone.
What?
Codes were already gone.
What do you mean?
Codes failed.
Oh, sorry.
The codes are
Well,
gone.
On behalf of me and the stream, thank you very much for the codes and for being here, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So
Always welcome. Let's do another battle. Maybe one,
Okay.
2 battles, and then I'm yeah, leaving.
Okay.
No, no. I would rather come back another time and then
Yeah, sure.
do another
Feel free.
session.
Feel free whenever you want to.
And maybe I'd bring Type 59 codes.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, with the implementation of the Chinese tanks, the Type 59 is gonna be there,
Oh, the Type 59 is gonna be in the game.
and no one has to pay for it, and no one
There you
has
go,
to.
guys. You're gonna have
to-
your own Type 59.
Yeah.
That's actually nice. For the people that were hungry for that tank. So, yeah, I'm sorry for the people that, as I said, I made a boo-boo and I showed
No.
some codes on the stream. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. It's not the first time I did that, so yeah, I'm sorry for that. If the code didn't work, I'm sorry. I don't have any other, so yeah. Let's just be happy that we got free stuff. I'm sorry if
Be happy for the others.
yeah. I'm sorry if I messed up.
Yeah, things like this, they happen all the time, so don't worry. If I come back, I'm gonna bring other codes and all is gonna be good.
Nah, I'm just saying it's not the first time. I did that a lot of times, so I always forget about it. Yeah,
So
my
you
bad,
only
guys.
have one screen, let me guess.
No, I got two screens, but
Oh, okay.
like I put the window capture from I moved the window capture, the giveaway page
Yeah.
on one
Ah,
screen,
okay.
and it records the stuff from that monitor, and I had
Yeah,
the
got it.
TeamSpeak there too by mistake, and I clicked it, and yeah, I'm sorry. But the good thing is you're gonna have your own Type 59s from now on, boys. So soon.
Soon. Exactly.
So if you got like other questions, like do it fast, so we don't take up too much of his time. Like I'm just gonna ignore questions that were already asked, and yeah, to make it easier.
Kaboom. Whoops.
Are there any plans on changing the overmatch mechanic? The way it is right now seems completely wrong. You shoot a tank from the rear to get an overmatch with low roll, while there is so much substantial area around the tank. So are there any plans on changing the overmatch mechanic?
I'm not sure if that's
No, what he
been something to discussed. I mean, I get the question. So the overmatch mechanic is, yeah, it's it's a bit more complicated. But I get the point that it's, if you shoot through the target, it does less damage then, and that's something that seems to be, or that the guy who's asking the question is concerned about. I think this goes quite into detail and would be something that we need to clarify with the developers. So that's rather a question that I would forward to them and then try to, make it more clear in a public Q&A, because that seems to be something that people are not, or people are concerned about, or not really understanding, or maybe it's off. That could always be the possibility. Oh.
Regarding the overmatch, like I'm sorry if I keep giving examples out of the other game. Like in the other game, overmatching basically means that you can shoot a tank, and depending how much armor it has, and depending on your gun's caliber, regarding of the angle you shoot it from, you can pin. Is there such a mechanic here? Because I read, like I think during the loading screens, I think I read that shooting that's something no shooting angled armor will usually bounce, but if you shoot a tank with low armor, and high penetration. I think it will go through anyway. I think I read something like that in the
Yeah,
loading
yeah,
screens.
yeah. That's the overmatching in our game.
Oh.
If you're shooting a low armored vehicle with a high penetration caliber,
Is it up to the penetration or the
it's
gun's caliber?
it's to the penetration.
Okay, so it's wasn't sure about that. When you zoom with Artie on the bridge, it gives you like you see the bridge really close. Not sure that's a bug or not.
So
Oh.
we are going to be. Are we going to be able to paint our tanks in the future the way we like it? Something like in War Thunder? I don't think so. Because we wouldn't like to see purple tanks running around the
So
the
like
battlefield.
and the customization is gonna be like camo paints and stuff that are
Exactly.
used in the army, no? Or
Yes, it should be realistic. Maybe we add some camo that is kind of, I don't know, special or is a modern camo, but painting the tank ourselves, no, I wouldn't bet on that. Pink tanks with unicorns.
something different. Does disabling a tank's engine count as assisted damage or as spotting damage? Like when you detrack a tank,
Assisted damage, yeah.
does it count as assisted damage?
Destroying the engine?
Yeah, like would be the same
Yeah,
as detracking
like
the
tracking.
tank.
Yeah. Oh, got that. Don't know, honestly.
Okay.
No idea. And if you use common sense, you would say yes, because it hinders the tank to run away. It's stationary. But I'm not sure if that's really taken into account. So you would need to test that, or I would need to test that to give a 100% true answer, correct answer.
Another question: are there any plans on making when you're shooting a tank,
Yeah.
making it feel more substantial? Like, let me read the exact question. Are there any plans to make shots on enemy tanks feel more substantial, either with sounds or screen shake, like to make it feel more realistic? Because, like,
yeah,
I don't
I
know,
get that.
maybe right now it feels a bit, I don't know, like, not like it's firing a gun instead of a cannon. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah. I think I get the question. So the thing is that it's a couple of elements in that question. It's sound, it's visual, it's the UI and everything. So it kind of ties in with the atmosphere and the feel that we would like to have in a game. So in regards to the sound, the developers are currently working hard on improving the sounds, especially tying sounds to the originals in real life, the tanks in real life. The thing is that they started with recording tanks and using recorded engine sounds, and now starting or in the process of adjusting that for the different tanks that are in the game. So definitely sound is going to be something that is going to be improved in the future. Same goes for the damage model. So to have really the look of a damage tank, or I think Richard Taylor in our last interview said something like, also when you go through water or a swamp or something, that it's the tank becomes really dirty. So the whole environment, and it all ties into the atmosphere of the game. So
Yeah,
that's also something.
it does feel like the tank is really interacting with the environment in real time here.
Yeah,
It's like the effects
exactly.
are great.
Exactly. So currently, things like reactive armor pockets that explode when they hit the first time, that's also already in the game, but
Yeah.
it's going to be developed further, and this goes both for sound and damage model. Having the screen shaken or something like that, I don't think that is something they plan. But I think sometimes a little bit more feedback on the hit would be definitely appreciated. I would really appreciate it. Get a bit more feedback on that I've been hit by a grenade actually. So
Mm.
so yeah, that's definitely something Obsidian is developing.
Okay. There's some other questions, but I don't think they like. When is the
Yeah.
next major update? I don't think that's like. Um. Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
skip
So
those questions.
yeah. So part of the next bigger update definitely will be the progress rebalancing, because that's something that we would really like to get out as soon as possible,
Mm.
to make the progress more smoothly. But yeah, other than that, it's something or are things that I can't really talk about yet. Sorry, guys.
Uh, are they trying to fix, or at least are you aware the bug where you can't play PvE grayed out in Platoon? I'm not sure I even followed it.
PvE is grayed out. That just means that someone has to do the tutorial. No?
Oh, okay. So, okay, that's not a bug. It's
I
somebody has to do
think
the
it
tutorial.
is. I'm currently not aware of any bug in those regards. We had the problem platooning in PvE and then getting disconnected and not being able to relog in, but it should have been fixed.
No,
Um,
what he
but
means is like we
and
we
it's grayed
we
out.
we do PvE platoons sometimes, and we can't QE like for PvE missions, and we gotta remake the platoon or restart the client or stuff like that. Is that
Ah, okay.
because is that a bug, or is because somebody needs to do the tutorial?
Well, usually you need to do the tutorial, but it could also be a bug. I need to, yeah, to investigate that. I'm gonna put that down too.
Mm.
Okay.
Um, is the commander skill tree finished? I think that could go for the crew skills too. Are they like
Um,
final, or are there gonna be more skills?
I think for the moment they are final, but I wouldn't be surprised if they will be improved in the future or made more diverse or whoops.
Yeah, the guy left me alone.
Um, yeah, so I think there are currently no plans to do that, but I think as we always add more content to the game, and also with the higher tiers of the tanks, I think adding a bit more diversity or more skills to the crew and the commander just makes sense. So maybe that's something for the far future, that we could expect.
Okay. Uh, like if tell me when is you said you want to play 1 or 2 games. If
Yeah, let's do one more,
okay,
then wrap it up. Let's do a MBT 70 again.
okay.
That was fun.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
hmm?
There you go.
Wasn't in the game. Um, how much of a priority is PvE to Obsidian? We will ever have options for multiple missions for the given difficulty?
So the priority for PvE
Yep.
is actually kind of the same like for PvP.
Okay.
It is Obsidian's biggest interest to have players also enjoying PvE as much as having others enjoying PvP. So the priority is kind of the same. The thing is,
Hmm.
with PvE, you have a lot of options to create content, but it's also a lot of work because in PvP the other players are the content. In PvE, you have to, create missions. You have to have the UI adjusted. You make up stories, and so you have this storyline that goes through the game. So it's more. It takes actually more time and more resources to create PvE. So, but regardless, Obsidian is putting a lot of efforts into improving it, and also putting a lot of efforts in creating the great storyline that is in the game that players can experience and players can play through. I wouldn't say it will be at one point possible to have a one-player mission or storyline that you play from A to Z, sorry. But I think a lot of PvE content is coming towards us, and a lot of PvE content is already planned. So yeah, players who would like to play rather PvE than PvP
and,
will get.
like, since you're talking about PvE, any ETA when the difficulties above hard are gonna be introduced? Right now, like, hard is the maximum difficulty.
Yeah, exactly. We had this insane difficulty during early access. I've just forgot the phase. It was, I think, 4 or 5. And it was rebalanced because because the balancing was inconcise. So sometimes the mission was too easy, sometimes it was way too hard and frustrating. So there's currently no ETA, but I think Obsidian is already testing around with it, and they're reworking the difficulty. So, sorry guys, no ETA yet, but we're on it, definitely.
A different one. Will we have an option to have sniper mode saved? Like,
Yeah.
let me go back to read the exact question. Can we choose whether we want sniper mode to be saved or not?
Okay, so I just wanted to say that sniper mode is already saved, but yeah, to have the option to choose if or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's something that's easily developed and could be added to the options, why not?
Okay.
Again, it's I do 500, he does 505.
This tank has massive alpha damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, if shit.
Scheiße.
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 Oh yeah, you speak German? Oh.
I live in Germany.
Oh, you. Ah, okay.
Bisschen Deutsch.
Yeah, Scheiße. You don't need much. Scheiße and genau. Maybe beer, but it's kind of similar in English. So yeah, to that question, yes. If if another players are asking for this or think that it's useful, then we could forward it definitely.
I got another quick one. Like, is Obsidian aware or any plans on fixing the reload time bug? Like, the reload timers bug out quite a lot, especially when switching commanders. Like, it's just visual. The reload time is the same, but like visually the counter for the reload time gets bugged quite a lot.
Okay.
Like, is that going to be fixed or?
Sure. I mean, of course, if there's a bug in a game, it's gonna be fixed. It just depends on how critical the bug is. That will determine the time that it needs or the priority. So I'd say yes. I honestly haven't heard of it yet, of that kind of bug. However, that doesn't mean anything. So
yeah, it's just a visual bug on the reload timer. Like, for example, the reload timer says the countdown is over, but I can't shoot. Like, it stops at 0 for 1 second or more.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if like you were aware of bugs like that or.
Oof. Okay. I didn't pay attention. Got derped. Yeah, but like I said, if I don't know it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
yeah. maybe should follow up on that and get it checked. Oh, timer. When do you remove artillery? Probably never.
Yeah, I've been avoiding questions like those. I mean, I get that people are frustrating with artillery, but try to be a bit more serious, please. With,
Why I can't click Windows button and go to desktop? Desktop. Don't know. Maybe windowed mode. You've been hit by Artie twice today in one battle? Wow. Never happened to me. Remove artillery or riot. You know what? The last thing that I'm gonna say before I leave that stream is gonna be, we'd never remove Artie, and then you have to live with the riot.
Incoming right.
Do you have plans to move special premium tanks into the game for purchase with gold, or will they remain limited edition, only available in the packs? No, there won't be any, you know, only limited editions or anything like that. We're definitely gonna be implementing tanks that you could buy for gold into the game, on the go. I mean, now we have top tier 8, and the top premium tier is tier 6, so given that we at one point reached tier 10 with the normal tanks, we might have tier 8s as premiums, definitely.
Okay. Okay, question. Will we be allowed to put the question and answer on YouTube?
On YouTube? Yeah, why not? I think I didn't say anything that I shouldn't have said, and yeah, just go ahead, sure.
Okay. Well, I don't know. If you want to recheck it, if you said anything, I don't know.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Mm.
When will you? That's a good question. When will you change annoying bass capture sound? Yeah, I get that a lot. Usually I'm streaming with German streamers, and this question pops up twice every stream. So yeah, a lot of people are really annoyed by that sound. Yeah, we have already forwarded forwarded it, and it's been reviewed, I think, and yeah, maybe we have female voice streaming something, saying something. I don't know.
Okay, then I wanna keep you more than you want to. So if you I don't know, like to say something, finish or
yeah, sure. Of course. Yeah, would like to thank everyone for the questions. Thank everyone for being active in the chat.
Oh, thank you for being here present and
yeah, of course,
and for the giveaway also. Yeah.
Sure, always a pleasure, and yeah, I want to thank you again, and let's do that again.
Yeah, that'll be great. Be great.
Definitely, and say hi to Mabimi, and bye bye chat, bye bye stream.
Okay, thank you for being. Good night.
Bye.